Ever wondered if your late-night Venmo transactions, the ones for splitting dinner or paying back a friend for concert tickets, are silently being watched by the IRS? It's a question that pops up more often than you'd think, especially with the explosion of peer-to-peer payment apps like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle. These platforms have become an integral part of our financial lives, making money transfers as easy as sending a text message. But with that convenience comes a whole new set of considerations, particularly when it comes to taxes. For years, many people operated under the assumption that these casual digital payments flew under the IRS radar. After all, it's just friends sending money to friends, right? How could that possibly be taxable? Well, the reality is a bit more nuanced, and recent changes in tax law have made it even more critical to understand how your Venmo activity might intersect with your tax obligations. The short answer to Does Venmo report to the IRS is, it depends. It depends on what you're using Venmo for and how much money you're receiving. Let's start by dispelling a common myth right off the bat. The IRS is generally not interested in your personal transactions. If you Venmo your roommate for your share of the rent, or send your sibling money for a birthday gift, or split the cost of groceries with a friend, these are typically considered personal payments and are not taxable income. The IRS doesn't expect you to report gifts or reimbursements for shared expenses. This is crucial to understand because it's where a lot of the confusion and anxiety around Venmo and taxes originates. However, the landscape shifts dramatically when Venmo is used for business purposes. This is where the IRS definitely pays attention, and where Venmo, as a third-party payment network, has reporting obligations. Think of anyone selling goods or providing services, from a freelance graphic designer and a budding Etsy shop owner to a dog walker, a virtual assistant, or even someone selling items regularly at a local flea market. If you're receiving payments for these kinds of activities through Venmo, then that income is generally taxable, regardless of how you receive it. The IRS has specific rules for third-party settlement organizations, TPSOs, which is the category Venmo falls into. These rules dictate when TPSOs like Venmo are required to report payment activity to the IRS. For the 2023 tax year and prior, the reporting threshold was quite high. You'd only receive a Form 1099-K if you had over $20,000 in gross payments and more than 200 transactions in a calendar year. This high threshold meant that many small businesses and individuals doing side gigs flew under the radar when it came to 1099-K reporting from Venmo itself. But here's where things got interesting, and where the confusion for many really began. The American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 initially lowered this threshold significantly to $600 for goods and services transactions, regardless of the number of transactions, starting in tax year 2022. This proposed change caused a massive stir, as it would have meant millions more individuals, including many casual sellers, would suddenly be receiving 1099-K forms. Imagine someone selling a few old pieces of furniture or some handmade crafts online. They could easily hit $600 in a year. The IRS and Treasury Department recognized the potential for significant taxpayer confusion and administrative burden with such a drastic reduction. So, after much discussion and a lot of public feedback, the IRS announced a delay in the implementation of the $600 threshold. For the 2023 tax year, the original $20,000 and 200 transaction threshold remained in effect. This was a temporary reprieve, a transition period to allow both the IRS and taxpayers to adjust. Now, for the 2024 tax year, which we are currently navigating, the IRS has opted for a phased-in approach. The reporting threshold for Form 1099-K for payments received for goods and services has been set at $5,000. This means if you receive $5,000 or more in aggregate payments for goods and services through Venmo in 2024, Venmo will be required to issue you a Form 1099-K by January 31, 2025, and also report that information to the IRS. It's important to note that some states have even lower reporting thresholds, so it's always wise to check your specific state's requirements. Looking ahead to 2025 and beyond, the IRS has stated its intention to further lower the threshold to $2,500 for 2025, and eventually to the $600 threshold for 2026 and subsequent years. This phased approach is designed to gradually ease into the stricter reporting requirements. So, to summarize, personal payments, gifts, splitting expenses, reimbursements generally not taxable and not reported by Venmo to the IRS. Business payments, for goods and services, are taxable income. For tax year 2023, Venmo reported if you received over $20,000 and had more than 200 transactions. For tax year 2024, Venmo will report if you receive $5,000 or more for goods and services. For tax year 2025, the threshold is planned to be $2,500. For tax year 2026 and beyond, the threshold is planned to be $600. It's critical to understand the distinction between personal and goods and services payments. Venmo, like other payment platforms, allows users to categorize transactions. When you send or receive money, you usually have the option to mark it as a friends and family payment or a goods and services payment. Choosing goods and services often incurs a small fee for the recipient, the seller, and signals to Venmo that this is a potentially taxable transaction. If you're running a business, even a small one, it's essential to use the goods and services option when receiving payments for your work. This helps Venmo accurately track and report your income, and it also provides a layer of buyer protection that friends and family payments typically do not. What if you accidentally receive a friends and family payment for a business transaction? Or what if someone pays you for a personal item, but marks it as goods and services? This is where accurate record keeping becomes paramount. While Venmo will report what they see as goods and services payments, it's your responsibility to accurately report your taxable income to the IRS. If your $1,099K includes personal transactions that are not taxable income, you'll need to reconcile that on your tax return. And it's always a good idea to contact Venmo to try and get a corrected $1,099K if you believe it's inaccurate. Speaking of Form 1099-K, what exactly is it? It's an IRS information return used to report certain payment transactions. It summarizes the gross amount of payments you received through a third-party payment network for goods and services. This form will show the total amount of money processed through Venmo that falls under the goods and services category once you meet the reporting threshold for that tax year. Remember, the $1,099K reports gross payments, meaning it doesn't account for refunds, fees, or other expenses. You'll need to keep track of those deductions yourself to arrive at your true net taxable income. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.